Fastball high off the plate. Raines has struck out twice and bounced to short. Right side. Terry Shumpert. One gone. Eight and a third innings of no-hit baseball by 27-year-old right-hander Bret Saberhagen. Here's Joey Cora. He struck out, bounced to first, and hit a little weak, soft line drive back to Saberhagen. Fastball inside and the count 1-0. 1-1 the count for Bret Saberhagen. With one out, a ball and a strike to Cora. A ball and 2 strikes. Curveball low in the dirt. Dug out nicely by youngster Brent Mayne.
Well, he's just showing him that curveball. Maybe go see if the fish were biting at the fat curveball in the dirt. He definitely didn't want to throw a strike for risk of hanging it. Right there, I agree with you, Hawk. I think he's going to come back upstairs with a fastball.
2-2 delivery. Whoa. Full count to Cora. Into right field. Jim Eisenreich, 2 out. Fans, 25,164 come to their feet as is Big Frank Thomas. 2 out, top of the 9th, a no-hitter at stake. Fastball inside. Curveball hit right to Terry Shumpert. He's going to get it. Bret Saberhagen pitches the first no-hitter of his career as he shuts out the Sox 7-0. Certainly our congratulations go to the 27-year-old right-hander Bret Saberhagen, as he has come close many times in his young career. 2-time Cy Young Award winner. And tonight, as we talked about early on in this ball game, I think it was probably as early as the 3rd or 4th inning, we talked about the spotting of the fastball, that he had indeed a no-hit fastball baseball this evening, and he did it. Only 2 balls.
Bret Saberhagen in command. You saw it here live on ESPN as we continue our tradition of taking you 2 no-hitters as they happen. It's the 6th of the season. Ironically, Wilson Alvarez of the White Sox was the last one to throw it. The last time the White Sox got no-hit, July 1st of 1990 when Andy Hawkins did it and lost the game to Chicago. So Bret Saberhagen, after 5 two-hitters in his career, finally goes the no-no. We'll take a look at it again as we go to break, and when we come back, the Angels and their new manager, Buck Rogers, taking on the Tigers. Stay tuned for more baseball tonight. Bret Saberhagen facing Frank Thomas. 1 out away from a no-hitter, and he got it. 2 walks in an error, the only damage done to Bret Saberhagen on a historic night for the 2-time Cy Young winner.
Welcome back to the White Sox Dugout Show here on Channel 9. I'm Dan Roan. You know, the last time the White Sox were no-hit in a baseball game in the American League, they won the game. That, of course, was last year when Andy Hawkins of the Yankees did it to them, but lost the decision by a score of 4-0. Well, that certainly wasn't the case last night, as Bret Saberhagen did it to the White Sox, and the final score, as you know now, was 7-0, the Royals over Chicago. That was the 6th no-hitter pitched in Major League Baseball this 1991 season. 6 and maybe an asterisk on another one. Nolan Ryan started things out early in the year. Tommy Green against the Expos for Philadelphia, a 2-0 shutout in that game. And then a quartet of Orioles pitchers knocked off the Oakland A's in a no-hit effort, 2-0 earlier this summer. Also, Dennis Martinez pitched the perfect game against Los Angeles in a 2-0 win. And 2 days before in the same series, Mark Gardner of Montreal had a 9-inning shutout against the Dodgers. But in that one, of course, he went 10 innings and lost the decision, so no-hitter credited to him. Wilson Alvarez of the Sox against the Orioles 16 days ago. And then last night, of course, Bret Saberhagen did it to the White Sox. You know, watching a no-hitter on television or in person is a great thrill. It always is every time it happens. And for a guy like Bret Saberhagen to have done it again is a special thrill, I think, for diehard baseball fans. A 2-time Cy Young Award winner who's trying to come back from shoulder surgery. Apparently he's made it all the way back because he was sensational last night. And in Kansas City tonight, he's a very hot item as far as interviews are concerned. But we set Tom Paciorek on him, and Tommy ran him down a few minutes ago. And here's that interview right now.
Thank you, Dan Roan, and we're on the field visiting with no-hit pitcher Bret Saberhagen. And Bret, what a clinic you did put on last night against the White Sox hitters with the fastball predominantly. You know, Ken Harrelson and I said from the very first pitch that when that first one exploded to Tim Raines that our guys were going to be in trouble.
Well, it felt good. In the bullpen, I warmed up very well, and at the end, I think I finished better than I started in the bullpen, and I had a little bit of pop on the fastball. The thing that I've been getting away from at times is throwing the curveball and changeup early on in the game, and when I'm not throwing it early on in the game and establishing it, it's not there in the later part of the game to keep them off balance. And so the beginning part of the game, I threw some fastballs in the first inning that were, I don't know what they were clocked at, but I felt like I had a little bit of extra last night, and things just kind of fell into place.
Well, at what point in that ball game did you feel like you had a chance at a no-hitter?
I was thinking about it you know, as a pitcher, you realize how many hits you've given up throughout the game. And after I walked my first batter, I forget who it was, and I came in after that inning, and I went back out to the mound, and I got the first out of the next inning, and looked up the scoreboard, and I said, that's right, I didn't give up a hit, it was a walk. And so I realized that I had it going then, and after the misplay by Gibson in left field, we came in after that inning. He said, "You better throw the no-hitter now." After they gave me that error, and you know, it's something that a lot of pitchers, when they're on the bench, they don't talk. They'll sit away from everybody. I'm a guy that likes to talk about what's going on in the game. Went up to the clubhouse in the 8th and 9th inning, and Mark Gubicza was working out, and Nick Schwartz was giving me a little stretch on my arm, and he said, "Hey, we've come this far. You know, why don't you go out and get it? You've got 2 Cy Youngs. You've got a World Series MVP. You know, why don't you get the no-hitter?" So I bared down as much as I possibly could. I didn't want to make a mistake with any pitches, especially 3-2 on a couple occasions. Threw a changeup to Tim Raines later on it was called strike 3, and I did, at any particular part, I was trying to make every pitch like it was the last pitch.
And you talk about your curveball earlier. You threw some curveballs early in the ball game that I felt could have been called strike. But do you think the curveball is becoming more of an obsolete pitch in the American League now because umpires, quite honestly, won't call it?
At times, you'll get you have to establish it and continue to throw it, right around the strike zone. And if it's not there first couple innings, you might throw one later on in the game and it won't be a call to strike because you haven't been throwing it. So you got to establish it early, and hopefully it'll be around the strike zone. And the idea with the curveball is you want the guys to swing at it when it's out of the strike zone.
Yeah, we knew that. We noticed that at the end of the ball game. Whenever you threw a curveball, it looked like you were going to make sure it was going to be in the dirt and somebody was going to go chasing it.
Well, the one thing I think the best thing I had going for me was last night was my location.
Oh, yeah.
Every time Brent called for a pitch, if it was outside, he wanted outside, he tapped. Or if he wanted it low, he tapped. I got the pitch where he wanted it. And he called a great game for me last night, and we set up a lot of hitters very well last night.
What about the Royals in general now? Do you guys still feel like you have a chance of catching Minnesota in this American League West?
Well, we're not eliminated yet, but the hopes are kind of dwindling as the days roll on. They've just played outstanding since they put on that 14 wins in a row, and they've played well ever since, and they're winning each series that they go into, and it's tough to catch a team when they're taking 2 out of 3.
Well, how about head-to-head? How many more ball games do you have with them?
We have, I believe, 6 left, 3 here and 3 there. We'd have to take every one of those games and have some other teams do some damage to them as well.
Well, good luck to you, Brett, the rest of the way, and I hope you finish second in the American League West to the White Sox. But continued success to you. That was just a marvelous job last night. And now, let's go back to Dan Roan.
All right, Tom, thanks very much, and we'll come back to wrap it up tonight's Dugout Show in just a moment.